we're all proud of where we live, aren't we? But one Leicestershire town is starting to make a name for itself as one of the best places to live in the whole country. A new report out today from the group Sustainable Harborough compares the town favourably with places such as established beauty spots like Ely, Stratford-upon-Avon. Well, Helen McCarthy is in Harborough and joins us this morning. Does it look lovely even in the rain, Helen?
Harborough is a wonderful place for ducks, Joe. It's wet, it's wild, and it's windy and cold. But apart from that, it looks wonderful. I am sheltering underneath the old grammar school building in the centre of Market Harborough, and this is a perfect place to illustrate the beauty of this town. It is full of historic buildings in this area, and even the shops are often in old buildings, even though they might be chain stores. Now, of course, we're only an hour away from London on the train here, and around Market Harborough is Foxton Locks and miles of rolling countryside. This latest report is from Sustainable Harborough, which of course could be accused of being a little biased. But it's also been rated one of the best places to live by Halifax Bank and The Times recently. Well, sheltering with me, shivering this morning, is Gavin Fletcher from Sustainable Harborough. Gavin, is it really such a wonderful place to live, Market Harborough?
It appears so, yeah. We've done a study of a number of towns compared to Market Harborough, and it comes out on top, so it's great news all round.
So what were you looking at? Tell us the detail.
We're looking at a number of indicators of sustainability in a very broad sense. So things like job densities, business survival rates, barriers to housing, services availability, energy consumption, carbon emissions. So quite a broad set of indicators. And it seemed to show that Market Harborough performed really well against other similar towns.
What were those other similar towns?
Places like Ely, Stowmarket, Melton, Stamford. So some local, some further away, but all places that have a very similar function. So a central service for rural hinterland.
Well, that brought out a bit of a cheer from Blake Payne, who's the leader of Harborough District Council here. You came out well against Melton.
Well, yes, I'm delighted. I'll be seeing the leader of Melton Council, Councillor Byron Rhodes, later on, and I will revel in this new accolade. No, it is great news. We're very proud and pleased to see that there are a number of studies. You mentioned the Halifax Index that rates the Harbour District and the Harbour Town as one of the best places to live in the whole country. Of course, we're very proud of that, but we also work very, very hard, along with a lot of other people, to make that the case. And Harbour's got so much going for it, and the future's bright, as they say.
Gavin, I must ask you, since you've been doing this research, has it made you want to live in Leicester? Sorry, in Harborough. Because you do live in Leicester. I
do live in Leicester. I would love to live in Market Harborough, yeah. It's a great place to be, and I love coming to work here. And the great thing was that we backed up the study with a survey of lots of people who do live here, and they echoed a lot of the stuff that we were finding through the survey. So, you know, it does tell it's not just us looking at broad, big figures, high-level figures. It's what people are telling us as well as that.
It's true, every time I come here I think this is a wonderful place to live, I'd love to come. But also, every time I do speak to people on the street, they do complain about the number of housing estates being built around Market Harborough. They don't want more and more housing estates. What do you say to that, Blake?
Well, I understand that emotion, especially from Indigenous people that lived here all their lives, and people are a little bit reticent to change. Having said that, it's because of perhaps the growth in around the district, and it's a large district of 230 square miles, but it's the growth of the district and perhaps around Market Harborough that is contributing towards the resilience and vibrancy of the town and giving it a new life, and one that we can look forward to.
You're certainly getting a lot more chain stores coming in here, aren't you? A lot more coffee shops, places to eat. Is tourism benefiting?
We are working hard on a tourism blueprint. We have some great attractions. We have Foxton Locks, as you mentioned earlier, just up the road. It's the birthplace of the package holiday. Thomas Cook invented the package holiday from Kibworth, which again is just up the road. We have Kilworth House, which has a fantastic outdoor theatre, and other, superb events. So certainly we're attracting more day visitors and visitors generally to the district, and we want that to continue.
Fantastic. There you go. Did you get all that? Are you feeling moved to come to Market Harborough? the weather is supposed to improve later on.
You don't have to convince me. I'm on my way.
This sounds great, doesn't it? Well, thank you, Helen. And we've given Helen a challenge, actually. She's got to go out around Market Harborough while she's there, and she's going to ask people for the best 5 things about living there. So
Okay.
Start
the list off then, Helen. What would you say?
Well, you heard the church bells there, did you?
We did.
Beautiful church in the centre of Market Harborough, and I love the alfresco art extravaganza they have every September when the streets
good.
are filled with street artists.
The fish and
That's
chips in
wonderful.
the market as
And
well.
the bread,
is
the fish and chips.
all good.
Great bread shops.
Gosh, I think
could
we're
go
going to
on.
need more than 5.
I think we
Helen,
are.
thanks very much indeed. We'll catch up with her again a little
We'll
bit later.
catch up with Helen later and see which top 5 things tally. That should be absolutely
If you don't
brilliant.
fancy fish and chips in the market, you can get sushi in the market in Market Harbour. It's that posh. I know, right?
You can tell it's near to London, can't you?
Coming up after half past.